Hi, this is Joe. I came back to talk a bit more about the Best of FOL Volume 2. There was a passage in there that caught my eye, so I figured, why not talk about it? And this particular one I titled, Listen to Your Soul's Truth. Now that's something that by now all of us are not at all unfamiliar with. Although I haven't referred to it in terms of listening to your soul's truth, I speak about listening to your intuition, paying attention to your intuition. And for me, that basically equates to the same thing. In other words, if you're not able to listen to yourself, it's really something that would be in your best interest to learn to develop, and that's to listen to what comes from within, what you can tap into. And this message here spoke mainly about listening to your soul's truth. Same thing, essentially. But anyway, there was a way that this particular one started out, and I remembered it wasn't exactly a tongue twister, but it was something that took me a couple attempts to say it in the way that it was intended. So I'm just going to play that one part, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Okay, here we go. Therefore, allow all understanding to filter through into a level that the consciousness of your level of understanding can understand. So there's all understanding filtered down to a level, that's one level down, and that level is the consciousness of your level of understanding that's capable of understanding. Yeah. But the bottom line is, look, just like our vision, it's been shown how human vision can see only a small spectrum of light, and there's so much more light to be seen. Well, this is kind of like the same thing in terms of our level of consciousness, because we can understand only a small spectrum of all there is to understand. Wow, I managed to get that out in a way that even I understood. All right, let's move on. Each soul of earth that is living and breathing in this newer frequency, be not despondent. The new time is coming. The new time will come. Continue on your journey in the light of this knowledge. Ask your inner being if this is so. Your answer will not mislead you. Why would your soul take you on this journey? Think of this. Your soul is the one and only thing that you can rely on. For it is the energy of love that is all things. It is impossible for it to deceive you. Your mind can deceive. Another soul's mind can deceive. But your soul, the essence of who you are, cannot and would not do so. For in itself, it is truth. It can be of nothing else. That is why we encourage you to listen to your soul. For it can give you answers of complete accuracy. Throughout your ages, one has lost the ability to speak directly with the soul. It is a matter of retraining. It cannot be forgotten, merely overlooked and misread. The know-how of this soul reading lies deep within the silence of the self. And this, too, is why we encourage you to switch off and make contact with the innermost part of the heart. You of earth must learn to trust it. You must learn to communicate with it. It may be likened to a radio on your planet, whereby one must fine-tune its frequency in order to pick up the clearest wavelength. Listen to your inner truth. It speaks volumes of importance to your existence upon planet Earth. All right. That was a longer piece, and the message was very clear and complete, wouldn't you say? I don't have anything to add to that in terms of understandings. It was very plainly said. Let's continue on here for the next one. Dearest friends who read and hear these words, follow always where your heart is leading you. This may seem cliched, yet it is of great worth. If you wade upstream always, you will find the will to continue shall leave you, for it would drain you of your vitality. Your life force must be fed with passion. You must allow the flow to be smooth as it takes you on a journey of self-discovery, which in turn leads you on the pathway home. Ultimately, we are all going home, each and every one of us. That indeed is a long way away in your time and space, but not in distance. For you are there within your home by taking a few deep breaths back into the solitude of the love that is already within you. That is why we say to you, be of cheer. Those of you who come from love, not fear, shall feel at home. You shall experience such extreme and overwhelming pleasure. All right, switch off and make contact with the innermost part of your heart. And I'm pretty sure you already came to the understanding that what they're referring to when they spoke of the silence of the self is perhaps meditation. I'm going to say something that I've only said privately, and I feel good about saying it because I have a sense that the person I'm speaking to is someone that doesn't come to this channel for answers. Instead, they come to perhaps just kind of settle in and feel things out, whatever that message might be, but not necessarily to look for something new, for new information. Given the choice, going down a path and then coming to a fork in the road, and one fork on the left being get your answers here, and the other fork being go within and find your own answers. What I witnessed over the course of years has been that people have been mainly taking that left road. Now, does that make them bad or wrong or less than? Not at all. I think all of us at one point or another have wanted to travel down that left path, and maybe perhaps we even did. I know I did at times throughout my life, for sure. And then at another point, I came back, if you will, and took that other road to looking within. So, because I've never spoken it publicly, a challenging thing for me to say in a way so as not to paint someone in a negative light and someone in a positive light and putting them on a pedestal. No. But it's pretty obvious that what the Federation is speaking of here is going into the silence, of tapping in, of connecting with you and self. And meditation used to be something years ago, even a decade ago. It was something that was not exactly mainstream sort of conversation, at least not in the world that I traveled in. Yeah, I mean, it's so mainstream now. But there's also a mainstream version of meditation in terms of having somebody guide you through it, having somebody take you through it, and having that be the way, perhaps even the only way, that you can go into meditation. And yet to sit there and expect to go into a meditation, well, it's not attainable for many of us. And guess what? Who cares? It doesn't matter how you go into a meditation. I mean, how many of us have been writing and writing and writing and realized hours have passed? Or painting, or drawing, or dancing, or even laughing and playing with friends. Cleansing our soul, expressing, creating. All things that are good for us, each and every one, and so many more ways to do that. However, the Federation spoke of silence in particular. So there's something special about that, something very specific about that. And while we all can find other ways to express, maybe we can also include a little silence in there as well. All right. Thanks for listening.